from a young age, I started to believe and to feel this energy around me, if you like. So yes, I believe in it, whether you call it God or whatever name. Yeah.
When they saw that the British Navy ships rescued them, they saw it as a sign that the miracle happened.
You are what you are, or you believe what you believe. I think as long as you said, as long as you're a good person.
My child said she doesn't believe in God.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to inquire from different people what their belief systems are and why.
I suppose I do. I wouldn't so much say God, I'd say universal energy, the source. I believe there is something, this huge energy, which is in us and all around us.
Okay.
Because I'm not religious. That doesn't really do much for me. But I am spiritual. And I think, I don't know how I got to that point, but I just, from a young age, I started to believe and to feel this energy around me, if you like. So yes, I believe in it, whether you call it God or whatever name. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, I find, have some people have an adverse reaction to using the word God. They find that it's too much of a word or a name to be labeling something they don't know enough of. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's just because of, when you say that, it's like you're religious, if you like.
Yeah.
But if you're not really that religious, then maybe you don't want to use that word. Or, as I said, I don't know how it came about. Probably in my teens when I was reading up a lot of things on spiritual things, and I suddenly thought, it's more like a universal energy or a source, something which is out there, and you can feel the energy, but you don't have to use that word. But it's the same, I suppose, the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was brought up as a Catholic, but a lot of people in Glastonbury, including myself, have lots of questions around the rules and regulations that come with religion, because there's some people are like really into the sector and they're devout Christians or Muslims, or they have that religion and they have those rules, set rules that they follow. Everyone and everyone has their own beliefs, because I do believe it's beneficial to that person to follow that. Nobody would do or be part of a group, because really at the end of the day it is a group. It's buying into that specific story and belief, and they're buying into that membership in a lot of ways, because it's their tribe. Like for like attracts. And so I understand why people have these belief systems, because they have that benefit in them. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. My parents were Vietnamese refugees, and they were stranded out in the sea for like 3 days, and they could have died because the water system was broken and they had no food and people were dying on the boats, and it was just being out in sea, not knowing whether they're going to survive. And my parents put it all down to the faith, the fact that they would believe so hard, and when they saw that the British Navy ships rescued them, they saw it as a sign that the miracle happened, because thousands of boats weren't found and they were like completely dead at sea. But there were thousands of other boats that were found by different Navy ships from all around the world, which then brought Vietnamese communities to different parts of the country. And that's why my parents are so devout, like Catholics. And I would never take that away from them, but that's their reality.
Yeah.
And I do believe in God, and I do believe in a higher thing. And what I like is having this place, Pilgrims of the Goddess. I have travelers from all around the world who have lots of different belief systems. And what I really love is being able to meet all these people with different sets of beliefs, and being able to hear the stories and them telling me what their religion is or their belief system is. And I can sit back and observe, and I just love hearing the stories, because now I can slowly see a pattern here. Like, it's all true.
Yeah.
All of it can be true. Nothing.
I agree. I mean, it is fascinating. The only thing is, I mean, there are certain things, when something bad happens, like you said with your parents, they can either become very religious or they can go the opposite way.
Yeah.
I think they've been deserted. Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, with religions, you've got this restriction, which is why I find I can't really be religious. Yeah. It's like telling you what to do and when to do it. And for some people it works, and that's great. If it makes you a better person, if you enjoy it. But then you can get the hypocrisy with it, which for me is a bit of a...
Yeah, I mean,
if a person is a good person and lives a good life, and they're religious, then great, whatever their religion.
This is the conversation I have with my mum a lot, because she's so religious. We do have a lot of arguments about things, and I was saying to her, you can get good and bad people in every sector and in every tribe. And I said, there may be Catholic people, including priests, and people that are very highly revered, even though they're highly revered in respectable roles of the community. They may use that to an advantage in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear people like the paedophiles, and you hear people who have committed crimes, but they can still be Catholic. Oh, yeah. I said, however, you may have a person in a different religion, like a Muslim person or someone that has, who's Jewish, people from other denominations. You have good and bad people in those denominations as well. But then, what you need to do is stop thinking about the religion and what their belief system is, because everyone's entitled to their own belief system, because that's where they find their comfort zone. That's where they find their truth, and it works for them. Doesn't necessarily have to work for everybody. But the biggest sign is, are they helping other people? Are they treating other people they would like to be treated themselves?
Exactly. And so you don't have to be religious to have that belief. Yeah. And I agree with that. Yeah. You treat other people the way you want to be treated. Exactly. You want to be a good person. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are.
Or what religion. No. Exactly. Yeah. Or whether you believe in God or not. As long as you're trying to be good to other people, it's like you've got the selflessness, but at the same time, altruism is also selfish as well as selfless. Yeah. But at least you're treating other people the way you would like to be treated.
Exactly. I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the moral of the story, is there a God?
I think there is, whether you, whatever name you call it or whatever, I believe. Some people don't. In fact, my father was an atheist.
Really?
So I've gone completely a different way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are what you are, or you believe what you believe. I think as long as you're a good person, I don't think it matters.
Do you feel like you've had any miracles that have happened, or any synchronicities that's happened in your life that has...
Things have. I can't say it's anything I could think of at the moment. I know things have happened which have made me believe certain things, like I said before about being psychic, where I've known something and it's happened. Or something, or I've been thinking about something and then it's just happened the next day, the day after, whatever, or this deja vu type of thing. But I wouldn't say there was like a huge, great big thing.